I'm Wolfgang Puck, and we have a little restaurant company. I call it a family business. I started originally in Austria. My mother was a chef also. I left my home when I was 14. I didn't go to high school or university or nothing. And then when I was 17, I was so intrigued by French cooking. So I moved to Dijon in Burgundy, where I got my first experience how to cook with wine. Then I found out there were 3-star restaurants and 2-star restaurants. Where I worked, there was only 1 star. So then I started to write to all the famous 3-star restaurants. And the first one who accepted me was Raymond Tullier at Beaumanière. And Raymond Tullier became my mentor because he was so passionate about food, but also about the guests. And I said, I want to be like him one day. So I worked from there. I went to work in Monaco at l'Hôtel de Paris, and then I went to Paris, worked at Maxime's, another 3-star restaurant at that time. And then I came to America. And then in 1982, I opened the first Spago in Hollywood. And then in 83, I opened a restaurant in Santa Monica called Chinois. I didn't even know how to work with the wok or anything like that. And then we started to expand. I was the first chef there really to open in Vegas, and now you have almost every chef there, from around the world. But what we changed really was the perception of the chef. Because when I opened Spago, it was the first restaurant with an open kitchen. Never in Western style restaurants, white tablecloth restaurant. So it was really a great experience for the guests, but also a great experience for the chefs because they could see actually the customers enjoy their food instead of being somewhere in the cellar or somewhere in the back of their house. From then on, almost everybody started to open restaurants with an open kitchen. It became such a big thing. You would start maybe with the tuna cones, which are so popular. One of our more traditional dishes, and I have it also for 40 years and I can't take it off the menu, is the smoked salmon pizza. And then we have some of the desserts, but you have to try like the Cardinal Schnitzel, which is an Austrian dessert, very traditional, but very tasty. To me, cuisine is always an expression of the terroir, the territory where you live, and the people who live there. And then, because we have so many culture, I also use different cooking techniques. So when I opened Spago, for example, in '82, we had a tuna sashimi on the menu. There was no Western restaurant, French or Italian or whatever, who served raw fish. I made spring rolls. Why? Because I liked them. I learned how to make Peking duck. And because I love duck, and I think that Peking duck is the best preparation for duck. Simple food, but with a lot of flavor, spices and herbs and so forth. So that basically summed it up for me what it really is. I love Chinese cuisine. I have to like the culture and I have to like their food. And food and culture to me is one. So I think that's the first thing. And also they have great ingredients here, so I think that makes it easier to do great food. Now we find a place here, I think it's like perfect. It's a beautiful hotel, the St. Regis Hotel. We're on the top floor, we have a great view, and we're gonna have great food and great service, great hospitality. I think this is really probably one of the most beautiful locations we ever had in any city or anywhere we went to. People tell me, oh, Wolfgang, you have such a great business or an empire, as some people call it. I said, no, we just have a small family business and this is just the beginning. In China especially, where people are generational, people have businesses which are over 5 generations. And that's what I would like to have too. So when I'm long gone, that Byron's grandchildren still will run the company.
Spago, Shanghai, where the old souls fly, where the neon sky falls into her eyes. She's delicate fire, ancient desire, modern lost in her life.